What's up, you guys? Renee here from Triple O Reptile, and if you're here right now, odds are you're looking to get a pet reptile, but you just don't know which one to get. I'm here to show you guys my personal favorite top 5 best beginner reptiles. So without further ado, let's get to it. So when it comes to picking your first reptile, there's a few things you want to look at. Diet is a very important one. Some people aren't going to be comfortable feeding insects, and some people won't be comfortable feeding rodents. There are some reptiles that prefer to eat greens and mainly greens. So those are some things to look at. Another one is going to be size. Some reptiles can get really big. So when picking a reptile, this guy right here starts off really small, but the size is absolutely massive. And believe it or not, Izzy here is not fully grown. So this is something to think about because you don't want to get a super cute baby and then end up with this giant behemoth of a teddy bear. The next thing to look at is the size of the enclosure that you are going to need for your reptile. Every reptile is going to need a small enclosure and then a bigger enclosure. But there's some reptiles that need really big enclosures, so you want to make sure that you have the real estate to house a reptile that can get big or needs that much space. The next thing you want to look for is personality. There are a lot of reptiles out there that can be a little defensive, and then there's a lot of reptiles out there that can be very, very sweet and love your comfort and just love to be outside of the enclosure and sit right on your chest while you hold them on your shoulder. You just got to find the right one. So now let's go look at some reptiles. So first on our list is the bearded dragon. Now bearded dragons are a classic OG of the hobby, and they are a favorite among children and just new reptile keepers alike. Now, bearded dragons are great cuddlers. They love to just sit there, be super cute. You can put them on your shoulder and they're not going to go anywhere. But with all this awesomeness, there does come a few things. They do get bigger. You can get a baby about that big, and then they can grow all the way up to this big, sometimes 18, even 20 inches. So you want to make sure that you have enough real estate for an animal that big because you will need to get a larger enclosure. Now, with that being said, they also have a very varied diet. They love insects, but you want to make sure that you're mixing up their insects with a bunch of different feeders, and they love fresh greens. So you want to make sure that you have a steady supply of both of those diets available for them.
Hey guys, it's Amani, and I'm going to tell you about the second animal on our list, which is a ball python. They are personally one of my favorite beginner snakes because they're super chill and they come in different morphs, so you can get some pretty cool patterns with them, which is awesome. I will say that they require a bit more humidity than most reptiles, so you're going to want to make sure that you mist their cage at least once a day. Something else that you need to consider is they do eat rodents. So if that is not something that you are comfortable with, then you are going to want to probably look into a different animal. I will say they also go through times where they will not eat. It is something that's very common. Don't panic if that happens to you. Something else to consider is for babies, you're going to need roughly a 20-gallon tank. When they get older, you're going to want to look at more like 40 to 60. And they are also somebody who likes to hide. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a few different hides in there for them, just so that they can be as happy as they can be. If that works for you, if all of those things sound good, then this is a perfect pet for you.
Hey guys, I'm Ryder. This is a Crested Gecko, the third animal on our list. These guys are super fun and well-tempered. Look how cute he is. These guys feed on invertebrates as well as crested gecko diets like Rapashi and Pangea, and they will go in a setup that's about an 18 by 18 by 24 because they love to climb and jump around. And you want to set them up in a more tropical environment. You can do bioactive enclosures, which make it super fun because you can put all types of plants in there as well as different types of bugs, and they're just an overall amazing animal to have.
Hey guys, I'm back with the fourth animal, which is a leopard gecko. This right here is an adult, which is roughly a quarter of the size of a bearded dragon. They are going to be nocturnal, so they're not going to be as active during the day, but they do still like to be handled. And as you can see, this one right here is pretty chill. They are going to want to be in no bigger than a 30-gallon for an adult and 20 gallons for a baby. You're also going to want to feed these little guys all kinds of invertebrates, but they are insectivores, so you want to make sure you have a variety of insects for them. They actually do not eat as much as other lizards. For the babies, you're going to want to do once every other day. For the adults, you're going to want to do once every 2 to 3 days. Other than that, if this sounds like a good pet for you, then they are a great beginner.
All right, you guys, the number 5 on our list is going to be the baby corn snake. Now, corn snakes are absolutely adorable little snakes, And believe it or not, this guy can get to about 4 to 5 feet. But that might seem really big, but that's on a smaller end for most snakes. Now, another cool thing about the corn snake is this is a diurnal species, which means that they are going to be out during the day, which is not very common for a lot of snakes. Most snakes and other reptiles are going to be nocturnal, where they're out at night. But this guy, he's going to be out during the day when you're home as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that they do like to eat rodents. So if rodents is something that you're not comfortable with, this might not be the reptile for you. Now, these guys as a baby will live comfortably in a 20-gallon enclosure. And for an adult, you're looking at about a 40-gallon cage with plenty of free time outside while you're holding them. As you can see, this guy's not super fast, and he doesn't mind being held. An absolutely awesome little pet. All right, you guys, and there you have it. So that is our personal favorite list of the top 5 best beginner reptiles. But it doesn't stop there. You want to make sure that you continue to do your research to find the right reptile that's going to fit into your lifestyle. I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know what animal you chose. And hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss a video that we put out. We'll catch you guys next time.